Good morning, everybody. This is Gleason with MajorLeagueTrading.com coming at you with your morning trade plan. It is 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, January 28th, 2019, and this is a reminder to follow your rules and trade your plan. Let's begin today talking about the economic reports for, let's see, this right here. Guys, Wednesday we are going to have this week the FOMC announcement, so just be aware. And then Friday we have non-farm payrolls. So there's two big economic events this week, Wednesday and Friday, just something to keep in mind. Before the bell here today, 8:30 a.m. Chicago Fed National Activity Index, and at 9 a.m. the ECB President Draghi will be speaking. After the bell open at 9:30, Bank of England Governor Carney speaks. 10:30 the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index, and at 11:30 a.m. we have the 3-month bill auction and the 6-month bill auction. At 1 p.m. 2-year note auction, and then the 5-year note auction. Our trend biases on the prior day for the S&P 500, bullish, Nasdaq bullish, Dow bullish, Russell bullish as well, and then the overnight we have bearish ES, neutral on the Nasdaq, bearish in the Dow, and bearish in the Russell. Our shorter term time frame, bullish all 4 indexes, midterm time frame bullish all 4 indexes, and on the longer term time frame, ES is bullish, Nasdaq neutral, Dow bullish, Russell neutral. Moving down now, guys, we have some big earnings coming up this week as well. Before the bell this morning, we had Caterpillar, and then Tuesday, tomorrow after the bell, Apple is going to be recording their earnings, so that'll be obviously a very big mover for the Nasdaq. And then Wednesday we have Boeing before the market, after the market, Facebook, Microsoft. So this is a pretty packed news week. Thursday's Amazon. So be prepared for a lot of movement. Let's move into our previous day's summary for the S&P 500. Taking a look at our chart here. The bell-to-bell high of the prior day, 26.72 half. The bell-to-bell bell-to-bell low coming in at 26.56 half. We're below that level here, trading down 17 points from the settlement at 26.63 half. Value area high 26.68 up here. Value area low 26.61. Really tight value area, only 7 points. European close 26.64.75, and the volume on the session was 1,326,000 contracts. Overnight high here in the S&P 26.63 half, and overnight low, new one just got put in. I believe that is 26.45 quarter. 26.45 quarter on the overnight low. We're trading on those lows. Floor trader pivot points, support and resistance levels are for a 26.95 half, R3 26.87.75, R2 26.80 quarter, R1 26.71.75. The pivot point for the day 26.64 quarter, S1 26.55.75, S2 26.48 quarter, S3 26.39.75, and S4A 26.31 half. S4B down here, S4B is going to be 26.23.75. Range analysis, guys, and index strength. The bell-to-bell session, 16 points on the prior day. That's really tight here. Our median continues to contract. We're down to 25.5 points on the median. The session 35.75. And yesterday we had 38, or Friday I should say. Overnight was 27.5. First hour 11.75. So if you actually, in the overnight session here right now, we've already had a bigger range than what we had during the trading day on Friday. So we're getting increased movement and volatility here in the overnight session as we move to the downside. We're down 20.25 points, 3-point drop since I started talking. Index strength, Dow 0.97% to the upside was the weakest market. The Nasdaq led the way up 1.74%, followed by the Russell up 1.49%, and then the S&P up 1.12%. Over a 5-day period, the leader is the Dow. Over a 10-day period, the leader is the Dow. And then over a 15-day period, it's the Russell. So let's take a look here at some of the technical levels, major levels to support and resistance. I do just want to back out Monday, so I want to talk about the major levels that we do have here on the daily chart. So I'll start off with the Russell, and I'm going to go to the daily chart here on the Russell. The full 50% retracement short from the high of 2018 to low is 1499.2. We have not traded that level yet. That's the only market I believe that has not traded its full 50% retracement. So just be aware of that because we are in the area of that resistance. Now, you go to the S&P 500, the full halfway back here has traded, okay? And we've actually gotten above that level. So from that 2018 high to the low there, it's 26.29 quarter. 26.29 quarter. We are above that level. You can see that level, we broke through it really on the first test, and we have not closed back below that. If we sell off another 15 or so points here today, we will close below that level. So just continue to watch this, because halfway back short will be technically valid unless we break above 2704. So this could still play out. We are consolidating above the halfway back, but it is absolutely something that can happen. We need to break below 2582 to confirm further downside. A break below 2582 would confirm further downside. That's on the higher time frame. Moving on to the hourly chart, the extension I'm currently watching here in the S&P is drawn from the high of the 28th of December to high. The 38% retracement is 26.18.5. And then we have the full 50% retracement, which is untested. We had one test last Tuesday, the 22nd, two tests Wednesday, the 23rd. Both of those led to rallies, and we still have not tested the 2600 50% retracement. So be aware of that level this week. There's a ton of news this week. This is one of those situations where we could trade into that 2600 and then rally and complete the profit targets in the same week. So that is also on the table for a potential situation. Let me actually bring in this negative 23% profit target. It would be completely possible for us to trade down to 2600 and then all the way up to 2714 here within just a few short days of volatility experience. Because like I said, you got Fed, you got Apple earnings, you got Amazon earnings, and you have non-farm payroll. So those are four huge economic news events coming in this week. So mark those levels up with alerts. We got 2600 at or below, and then we got the 2618 half. All right, so watch both of those levels there. Gold, huge rally on Friday. I wasn't around all day Friday, but I was dropping a couple comments here in gold in the morning. The thing is, the percentage change wasn't like massive compared to we've been seeing 2% moves in the indexes all day long, but the volatility moving in to Friday was really tight. We were having these really small ranges all week. I mean, you just look at Monday, we had a high of 1282 and then a low of 1275, so 7 points. So we're having 7, 8, 9 point days, and then all of a sudden we go 1278s all the way up to 1303. So we huge range expansion. I'm going to be looking for an extension here if we can pull back into the 1295.8. So that's the high of Thursday, too high. I'm going to set an alert on that level. This is a very significant support level for me here this week. But let's take just a bigger look on gold. I'm going to back out to the daily chart, and what I have here is it's an extension. It can be seen on the daily chart, it can be seen on the weekly chart, but we peaked above the highs of 2018 on that breakout on last Friday. So my anticipation is we will continue to rally up into the 13.2 profit target from these levels. So I'm going to be looking for potential pullbacks to get into in gold. Moving on now to the Dow. This next halfway back long is not holding. The Dow, don't think of any other market. The Dow made a new high on Friday versus these other markets did not get that new high. So we made we took out the previous swing high and we made a new high. Now the extension is the same from actually it's from the 1st of January to high. Now that 38% retracement is 24,238. I'm going to take this up into this new swing high and then just mark up this 24,290. That's that 38% retracement that I want to be aware of. And then 24,124 at or below that level, at or below that level. So both of those are potential support levels from here. We do have a pretty bearish overnight session here, okay, and we are checking down into where we found our support on Friday. What I would just recommend paying attention to, we had a halfway back short into the close here on Friday, okay, and we have blown through that target, both the -23 and the -61. So this low to low is going to be something to watch here right off the open. Do we continue holding below that resistance level? And if we do, those targets are going to be valid. So really watch. Just the momentum has changed here in the overnight session. We have heavy selling pressure. We're down 249 points in the after hours thus far. Moving on to the Nasdaq, which just broke its next measured move. Nasdaq did not make this new high. Okay, so the Dow did. We did not take out the high from the 18th. In the overnight session here, you had that halfway back short trade on close. This Dow extension has already traded once to its profit target. There is a possible extension to extension here, but that is pretty aggressive. I'm not necessarily interested in that. I'm going to go same anchor new low, but there is a low to low here for those of you guys who really want to get aggressive with your shorts. I have no known support until we retest. The 38% retracement of the extension is 66.65. 66.65. I have no known support levels until that level, and we continue to slide here. The down is down. Nasdaq's down 1.34% here. 90 points. 90-point move to the downside here. Pretty big. And then oil. Oil has the same anchor new high extension. You have a untested 38% retracement and an untested 50% retracement. The 50% retracement is 50.79, so I'm going to mark at or below that level, and then we have the 38% retracement at 51.67. Coming out of these highs, the current trend and participation is to the downside. You had a halfway back short that pierced its 61.8 and then rolled over, and we traded an extension, a same anchor new low, and then so once again I'm going to be looking for that same anchor new low extension here in the morning. There's no known support that I have for quite some time. So all of these indexes are aggressively selling off. Oil is selling off, and I would say gold is more in a pullback sequence, looking for that 1295.8 level. I'm really interested in that 1295.8 level. But a lot of news this week, guys. I think we can have some really big ranges, and all of those major levels I've drawn up here today, absolute possibility that we test them at some point in time. But that's going to wrap up the MLT Fib Talk here, guys. I'm going to be doing the Power Hour this morning. I will share the levels with you guys in the MLT Discord, and then we'll go ahead and begin the Power Hour. Everybody have a wonderful day, and if you're interested in learning more about trading, make sure to check out any of our courses, and pursue with passion, remove self-doubt, and succeed with effort. Everybody end the day and week on a green note. Take care.